Okay, so today we will start from uh, HRM, that is Strategic Human Resource Management, unit number 2. Okay, as you know that 304 HRM subject is named as Strategic Human Resource Management. It is 3 credit course, that is subject core course. It is for 50 marks university examination and 50 marks for internal evaluation, that is for your assignments, and 50 marks is for university level examinations. And this is external subject. Okay, so unit number 2 is components of strategic human resource management. It contains five subparts, that is 2.1 is human capital management, then 2.2 valuation of human resources in a strategic level, then 2.3 in investments in human resources, then 2.4 is strategic human resource management in action, then 2.5 is strategic knowledge management. So we will see all these 5 points one by one in the next sessions. So starting from the 2.1, that is human capital management, it also contains some sub parts. So first of all, 2.1.1 is meaning and definition of human capital. Then 2.1.2 is about human resource management versus human capital management. Then the next one is 2.1.3. So it is about relationship between human capital management and human resource management. Okay. Then next one is 2.1.4, and it is about arguments against human capital management. And last point is about arguments for human capital management. Okay, is it clear? Okay, so starting from meaning and definition of human capital. So what is human capital? So according to A.W. Lewis, he introduced the word human capital in economic development with uh, unlimited supplies of labor. And human capital takes into account not only the people working in the organization, but also their contributions toward the success of the organization. So the sum total of different values such as knowledge, life experiences, then skills, uh, capabilities, and motivation of the manpower working in any organization is known as human capital. So the productivity and output of any organization can be increased drastically with the help of human capital. So, in order to represent the creativity, thinking, knowledge, and decision making process by the manpower of an organization, the human capital is also regarded as intellectual capital. So, for example, organizations which process greater intellectual capital might have a large number of employees having greater technical and research orientation, and contribute towards the development of new products and biomedical devices, which can be uh, a patent or various specialized software. So, for example, we know Gary Becker, who won Nobel Prize in Economic Sciences. He broadened the scope of human capital by stating that those countries which are capable of managing their human capital efficiently can achieve superior economic results. So there are number of ways by which the significance of human capital for organizations can be analyzed. So cost is one of these. For example, in industries such as restaurant industry, the expenditures pertaining to employees can increase up to 60% of total operating cost. Thus, it will be required to analyze the value of human capital and how human resource metrics are impacting it. So, the main objective of SCM, that is human capital management, is to collect, analyze, and present the various data which reflect the direction in which value adding people management, then operational decisions, and strategic investment are moving. So, both at the corporate and frontline management levels. So, the implementation of a metrics to the determine a method of managing individuals which treats the manpower as assets and focuses on the significance of achieving competitive advantage by investing strategically in these aspects with the help of learning and development programs. So, the employee engagement and retention and talent management can be seen as the major advantage of human capital management. So, for the proper management of the manpower of an organization, a strategic approach is facilitated by human capital management. So, its main focus remains on achieving greater results from a team in order to make the team members more happy and effective rather than involving too much into the administrative activities and processes. So, human capital management greatly benefits the employees, which eventually leads to benefit of the organization. Okay, so this is known as human capital. Okay, so the uh, definition of human capital management. So, according to the Accounting for People Task Force report, SCM is an approach to people management that treats it as a high level strategic issue rather than an operational matter to be left to the HR people. Then, according to Kerners, SCM is the total development of human potential expressed as organizational value, and it is about creating value through people and is a people development philosophy. But the only development that means anything is that which is translated into value. Okay, so this is a definition of human capital management. Then, moving to the next point, that is 2.1.2, this human resource management versus human capital management. So the human resource management, we all know about human resource management. Okay, so it is regarded as the strategic and most rational method for effective management of the most valuable asset of any organization. Okay, so that is the employees working in the firm, whose individual and collective contribution helps in the accomplishment of organizational goals. In the other hand, human capital management, so its main objective is to collect, analyze and present the various data which reflects the direction in which value adding people management, operational decisions and strategic investment are moving both at corporate and frontline management levels. Okay, then the next, or we can say the second difference or point is HRM. In HRM, employees are treated as resources, and it can be utilized and increased for the accomplishment of the organizational goals or objectives. Okay, so in human capital management, it treats the manpower as assets and focuses on the significance of achieving competitive edge by investing strategically in these assets, which with the help of learning and development programs, employee engagement and retention, and talent management. Okay, so in HRM, different laws and company directives are the guidelines for functioning of human resource management. On the other hand, human capital management, the various issues of the employees and other related factors such as compensation and development, then employment and utilization are dealt in human capital management. Okay, so moving to the next point, the team is treated as support service to the line in human resource management. So in the human resource management, various functions are the basis of HR, and different and unique role is played by the HR team or HR manager. But in human capital management is treated as worthy business partner and senior management. So it has strategic concerns with value addition and involves entire organization in its comprehensive and system oriented base. Then the last point is human resource management mainly focuses on the development and cost center, and human capital management focuses on the profit center aspect. Okay, anyone has any doubt in this difference or human capital management? Okay, then the third point is 2.1.3, relationship between HCM and HRM. So the concept of human resource management is supported and promoted by the concept of human capital management. So the human capital management does not substitute human resource management. In the process of people management, the significance of both HRM and SCM is equate vital. So the different reasons for this are started below. Uh, so it The focus is shifted to management through measurement as defined by Kearns through human capital management, which aims to bring clarity between organizational achievements and human resource interventions. Then the next reason is human capital management supports the concept of human resource management, that manpower should be treated as an asset rather than cost. Then the third reason is the main attention of human capital management is on making the need for value creation through personal and the basis of human resource management strategies in order to attain organizational objectives. Then the next one is human capital management emphasizes on having a strategic point of view. Then the role of human resource specialists in human capital management is seen as that of business partners. Then the various tools are measurement, and the things to be measured are identified by human capital management. And the last reason is the significance of evaluation of ensuring that greater results are accomplished by greater people management, and it promoted by human resource management along with indicating the direction of human resource strategies implementation. Then the next point, 2.1.4, is about argument against human capital management. So the followers of the traditional personal approach argued that they existed as a person and not as a resource during the initial conceptualization phase of human resource management. So the main concept behind this philosophy was that the human resource management was not successful in considering the fact that human resources are not resources which can be exploited. In fact, they are individuals. So in the similar fashion, most of the scholars who favor human resource management philosophy treat human resource capital as a critical term which represents human resources not only as a resource of the organization, but resources which can be enhanced so that the organizational goals can be fulfilled. So as per the opponents, the term human capital management considers individuals merely as business assets rather than the individuals or people. So, some of the scholars think the concept of human capital management looks too fashionable or polished. So, no matter what different scholars thinks about the term, yet there is a growing popularity of human capital management within some aspect of human resource community. So it may be at a smaller level, but it is more popular among consultants. So human resource outsourcing providers and software vendors, in comparison to those HR managers who experience various conventional human resource practices. So this is the arguments against human capital management. Now arguments for human capital management. Okay, so there are number of philosophers who have totally opposite point of view, and they treat human capital management as more people oriented method of employee management. So they believe that out of human capital management and human resource management, it is human resource management which emphasizes more on uh, compliance rather than on commitment. So, with respect to human capital management, it is believed that investments are made on individuals in the form of human capital, and employees will be more inclined to shift to other firms or get demotivated and disintegrated with the organizations. So, if due to attention is not paid by the management. So, the concept of strategic human resource management is promoted ahead by human capital management in aligning the manpower strategy of the organization with the comprehensive corporate strategy. So, in comparison to conventional human resource management, it more emphasizes is led by human capital management towards the human aspect of personal management. So, the reason behind using the term people in many human resource and organizational leadership title, such as chief people officer, directors, people and culture, etc., etc., is explained with the help of this concept. So, the possibilities of a greater focus on people and their happiness, along with being more strategic, uh, is identified by many organizations. So, a higher degree of involvement is noticed in individuals who are happy. So, yet it is critical to organizations to identify that it is not necessary that highly involved manpower is always happy or satisfied with the job. So the organization can therefore accomplish their objectives quite effectively with the help of improved employee involvement, and a better sync can be obtained between the vision, mission, values, and overall strategy of the organization through human capital management. Okay, so this is about our point number 1, 2.1, human capital management. So, in the next lecture, we will continue with 2.2, that is valuation of human resources in a strategic level.